Live from New York, you're watching News Always On. I'm Kessyl. For the past few days, the founder of the pro-gun group has been posting instructions online for using 3D printers to make firearms, from handguns to AR-15 style rifles. Yesterday, a federal judge in Seattle ordered him to not upload any more blueprints while the court considers a multi-state lawsuit against him.
Complete, total victory. Everything we asked for, we got from Judge Lasnik. So first, I want to thank Judge Lasnik on such a tight timeline to hear this case, to hear the oral argument, to ask thoughtful questions of all sides, and to issue the decision they did. But to be clear, we were asking for a nationwide temporary restraining order, putting a halt to this outrageous decision by the federal government to allow these 3D downloadable guns to be available around our country and around the world. He granted that relief. That means that for any entity or individual to post that information online is illegal under federal law, just as it was before the federal government made the unfortunate decision to allow it. So we go back to the status quo before the federal government made this decision. So someone can try to post it online, but it is illegal and one suffers the consequences of being in violation of a very serious federal law. It is our hope now, and in light of President Trump's tweet this morning that seemed to indicate what we all know, it makes no sense, I think were his words, to allow these 3D guns to be downloadable. I agree with that. I would make it a little stronger. It makes no damn sense at all to make those available. He's the president. He can tell his administration what to do. It's in his hands. Frankly, it's disconcerting for any lawyer to be in court against the Department of Justice when the president takes the opposite position of what the Department of Justice is arguing.
The plastic weapons are untraceable, often undetectable and deadly. In the past 3 days, more than 2,500 people have downloaded Cody Wilson's blueprints for the 3D printed AR-15 style assault rifles. In an interview with CBS, Wilson said, quote, "Anyone can use it for commercial or non-commercial purposes. It's there. No one can take that back from you." The company behind the plan's defense distributor had reached a settlement with the federal government in June that allows it to make the plans for the guns available for download on Wednesday, and the restraining order puts that plan on hold for now. In the meantime, congressional Democrats have urged President Trump to reverse the decision to let the company publish the plans. On Tuesday, Trump said on Twitter, he said, he's looking into the idea, saying that making 3D plastic guns available to the public doesn't seem to make much sense. Wilson said his goal is to keep publishing blueprints until every gun design on Earth is available to anyone online. He said, quote, "I believe that I'm championing the Second Amendment in the 21st century. Unquestionably, it's good for the future. I think access to the firearm is a fundamental human dignity and a fundamental human right." More than 60 luxury vehicles and motorcycles worth $5.5 million were smashed up by a bulldozer in the Philippines' Cagayan province in compliance with the directive issued by President Rodrigo Duterte to dispose of seized smuggled luxury vehicle. Some of the cars include the most expensive cars in the world, like Lamborghini, Porsche, and Mercedes-Benz. The Philippine president is known for his tough anti-crime policies. He said the destruction was meant to show the country as a place of investment and his strong stance against illegal importers. Now let's take a look at the video of what the Philippine president has said.
Because you have to show to the world that you have a viable place of investment and business. And the only way to show it is that you are productive and that you have the economy to absorb the productivity of the population. I ordered the destruction. Ano man sabihin ninyo na may corruption pa, meron pa rin. Hindi ko maubos kagad ng isang araw.
During a rally in Florida, President Trump talked about the growing economy, compared himself to Abraham Lincoln, and spoke on the possibility of meeting with Iran. Here is more.
I get to meet all these world leaders virtually everyone comes into the Oval Office or wherever we're meeting. And they don't know me. I'm meeting them in many cases for the first time. I'm not sure they like me, like in the case of NATO. I said, you got to pay your bills, folks. You got to pay up. Got to pay up. But they like me. They like me. But everyone that greets me says, hello, Mr. President. Congratulations on what you've done for the economy. It's the talk of the world. Talk of the world. For decades, the United States was the piggy bank that everybody was robbing. All of these other countries, our friends, our enemies, our allies, the foe, reached the lowest level in history. And I want to thank our farmers. Our farmers are true patriots. Because China and others have targeted, China had others, remember this, have targeted our farmers. Not good, not nice. And you know what our farmers are saying? It's okay. The Iran nuclear deal, it's a horror show. I hope it works out well with Iran. They're having a lot of difficulty right now. I hope it works out well. And I have a feeling they'll be talking to us pretty soon. Boy, did it fall this quarter. We believe that only American citizens should vote in American elections. Which is why the time has come for voter ID, like everything else. Voter ID. You know, if you go out and you want to buy groceries, you need a picture on a card. You need ID. You go out and you want to buy anything, you need ID and you need your picture. In this country, the only time you don't need it, in many cases, is when you want to vote for a president, when you want to vote for a senator, when you want to vote for a governor or a congressman. It's crazy. Now, because I am boring you to death. Thank you. The most popular person in the history of the Republican Party is Trump. Can you believe this? So I said, does that include Honest Abe Lincoln? You know, he was pretty good, right? I don't know. Abe looked pretty presidential, right? What do you think? He's tough. I used to tell them all the time, the fake news, I'd say, I can be more presidential than any president in history, except for possibly Abe Lincoln with a big hat. I don't know if I can. Abe looked pretty presidential, right? What do you think? He's tough. He's tough. I admit it, Abe Lincoln is tough. But we love Abe Lincoln.
Birth of an endangered species found in Asia, that is the twin red pandas. Zookeepers have named them Lufa and Dufa after characters in the Land Before Time animated dinosaur film series. Fewer than 10,000 red pandas are believed to be living in the forested areas of the Himalayas. The cubs were born to the zoo's breeding pair of red pandas, Mother Tebei and Father Kitu. Zoo officials say keepers are bottle feeding the cubs after the mother panda showed difficulty in caring for them. It's the third set of cubs since 2015. Her other 4 cubs have been sent to 4 other zoos in the US. LeBron James is leaving home again and leaving behind something he says is more meaningful than any of his NBA championships. James, who in this month ended his second stay with the Cleveland Cavaliers by signing with the Los Angeles Lakers, has opened a public school for challenged children in his hometown. The I Promise school initially will house 240 3rd to 4th graders. The Akron school will expand each year, adding 2nd and 5th grades next year, and will have students from grades 1 to 8 by 2022. Here is more.
So when people ask me why a school, that's part of the reason why, because I know exactly what these 240 kids are going through. I know the streets they walk. I know the trials and tribulations that they go through. I know the ups, the downs. I know everything that they dream about. I know all the nightmares that they have because I've been there. I know exactly what they're going through. So, they're the reason why this school is here today. Her heart, her passion, her commitment to excellence, her commitment. School is definitely about learning, about strengthening your mind, but more importantly, it's about the friendship that you can create every single day. Being around the same kids, and y'all get to learn each other, and y'all get to be with one another every single day. Because I feel like that it just builds so much. It builds so much character that will last forever. I mean, I'm looking out, I see my friends right now that I've been with since I was 6, 7 years old, and we've been together this whole time. And school system from kindergarten all the way to 8th grade. And I just want to say thank you for your support, for your commitment. It doesn't matter, as a kid growing up in the inner city, and me specifically growing up here in Akron, Ohio, being underprivileged and feeling that you could become a statistic. By me being able to put something like this together, I want people to know that these kids should still have the same opportunity as everyone else. And that's what's most important. So as us as the adults, you guys clap it up if you want to. So us as the adults, we have a responsibility to not let these kids down, to continue to be the teachers, the mentors, the parents, the coaches, the life studies, the life skills, whatever it is, the inspiration, the superheroes, everything, that's our responsibility. Not only the LeBron James Family Foundation, but also to these kids. You guys are unbelievable. Thank you so much.
And that's all the time we have for today. For News Always On, I'm Kessyl, and I'll see you later.